Everyone likes a good scare. Something frightening. A ghost story, the dead rising from their graves, or something more complicated. Video games, on the other hand, are a gateway, somewhat of a simulation of the unthinkable. The only limit is your imagination. With this technology, people can bring their scary stories, thoughts, and experiences to life. In today's world, we always have a screen in our pockets. With this in mind, it would be a lot easier marketing a game on a system that everyone owns. People can now bring their nightmarish games into the hands of everyone with just a few taps. But in today's modern society, everyone knows that mobile games suck. They're trash. They're garbage. They're bad graphics, horrible controls, but everyone still puts their games on it. Like, what's the deal? Why are you doing this? Where was I? Oh yes, now all the twisted creators with their twisted minds and twisted thoughts can bring their greatest nightmares to life within everyone's pockets. Considering it's spooky month, feels like the perfect time to talk about these monstrosities. And I'm not talking about like the game, I'm talking about the quality of the games. Today, I'll be going through 6 horror games. Well, this game seems innocent enough. No. Today, I'm going to be going through 5 mobile horror games and see the greatness behind all of them, and how bad some of them can be. Now, without further ado, let's get started. There are many ghost detecting apps on the App Store. Of course, most of these are fake. But after trying out a few, I came to the conclusion that the Ghost Detector radar camera is by far the best one out there. While not much work was put into this app, it keeps you intrigued for quite some time, considering that you're using the free version. That's because this app contains quite a bit of uniqueness. What you have to do in this game is wander around and find some ghoulies. I used my room. After some time, you will find some, and in which you'll most likely be able to talk to them. After wandering around my room, I ended up finding one myself. Oh, creepy. Hello. In the free version, you can ask up to 5 questions. Some questions opening up alternate paths for even more questions. Yeah, I get you. I'm a little bit of a bad boy myself, yeah? While you can talk to some ghosts, there are very few that you cannot. For instance, I found this baby ghost and skeleton ghost. I recommend this app to anyone who's just trying to, have a good time finding ghosts. Just feels very good, especially on Halloween. I think most of us have played Charlie Charlie at some point in our lives. You know, the game where you put a pencil down and it's on a paper, it says yes or no, and you say, oh, Charlie, Charlie, will I always be lonely? And, like, your friend, like, blows it or something on yes, and you're all like, oh, it's real, Charlie's real, oh. You know that game? Basically, someone brought this game to the device in your pocket, so you can have fun with Charlie on the go. Most people where I lived thought that Charlie, like, reached enlightenment and has, like, the all-seeing eye, and he could answer any question you asked him. But then I asked some of my other friends, and they were like, oh, no, Charlie's not like that, he's like a demon, and if you ask him a question, he'll he'll snap and he'll try to kill you or something, and then you'll be scared or something. And like, I don't remember that version. My version was a little more like, oh, Charlie, answer my question. Then you're like, oh my gosh. The game is pretty self-explanatory. You ask Charlie a pencil through your mic and your phone. The pencil goes randomly to yes or no, and it takes you to some strange mobile ad after that. It has voice recognition for some weird reason. I guess it's so then you can like put the words up on the top of the screen. I don't know. Maybe there's like some specific questions that will make him like do certain things or some hidden things. I don't know. But I don't know. I hope there's something like that. I guess that's just up for you to find out, eh? I don't know. Try it out yourself. Charlie, Charlie, are you subscribed? No. Don't be like Charlie. You'll end up like him, and he is not in a good condition. So why don't you go down there and press that subscribe button? So then you don't end up like Charlie. I don't want you to end up like Charlie. That would suck. You've heard of Granny, right? That game that went viral on all mobile devices? Granny is a game where you're trapped in what I'm guessing is your grandma's house, and you have to solve multiple puzzles in order to get out. It's a fantastic game, and I recommend it to anyone who's looking for a mobile horror game. But we won't be talking about Granny today, because there's a new grandma in town. I'm obviously talking about its predecessor. It's a game that took what Granny had and built off of it, created a fantastic game. No, a fantastic world, full of wonders and 30-second loops of royalty-free music. I'm obviously talking about Scary Teacher 3D. I don't want to be trash talking this game too much because there are obvious reasons why this game is, is the way it is. And I think it's kind of obvious why I won't be trash talking this game because it already trash talks itself so much. The story is, Miss T is the worst teacher ever, and you're unlucky to have her. So you go on and you start wrecking her house and stuff because, yeah, the whole game is about you being an edgy kid that sneaks into your teacher's house and messes with her everyday life because she's a snatch. And that's what edgy kids do. Something that you'll notice right off the bat is that the game's whack. The controls are funky, the camera's janky, some of the objects you can go through that you shouldn't be able to, vice versa. The teacher's object detection is funny. The way she's programmed to find the best optimal way to get you is just busted. And her sight is incredible. She can see where you are, like, super easily, and it's insane. Like, if Granny was a bloodhound, the teacher's the Eye of Sauron, man. Something cool and unique to add is, the camera in the top left of the screen. It's third-person view of the teacher's back, and it really helps you like know where the teacher's at. The furthest I made it to was level 2, and then it got too complicated for me, and I don't know what to do. I can't figure out why the controls suck so much. That was the end of Scary Teacher 3D for me, but if you want to try it out yourself, be my guest. I don't know, tell me how it goes after. Siren Head is a character originally made by the artist Trevor Henderson. It's been around on the internet for a couple of years, but recently it's been starting to gain traction. People have started noticing how unique this character is and how well designed it is. I honestly, in my personal opinion, this is one of the, this is a crazy designed character and I love it so much. It's kind of similar to Slenderman, some guy made some posts about it, some art, I guess, and other people started making games and spin-offs and stuff. What we were talking about today is a spin-off on, I think it's solely for mobile, I'm not too sure. It's called Silent Hill. This game is called Siren Head Forest. In this game, you're trying to find your parents, but you just can't find them, so you're supposed to search the fields for them and then turn on all 4 reactor towers. And I mean, that's as far as I made it, I guess. But I mean, it's a really fun game, but I'm just not into these games, honestly. This game actually kind of scared me because it was so random and you didn't know when things would happen. Your only threat is Siren Head, but there's constantly things popping out at you, like hands and stuff, and pigs running out from the cabbage patch, or the cornfield. And I mean, it's a pretty unique game. I really like it. I think it's crazy. What's unique about this game is that you can only go through the little paths in the corn. You in Siren Head can just go right through the corn, so you have to be really careful when you're turning on the reactors. It's a very strategic game. It's really interesting. Just don't get caught by Siren Head, because it's over for you. Bundys Basics is a very creative game. It took the idea of how unsettling 90s PC educational games are, and it turned it into a game. This is Baldy. He's the teacher of the school. He may seem innocent enough at first, but that'll all change soon. In this game, you have to go from door to door and find the 7 notebooks and collect them all. To collect the notebook, you have to solve all 3 problems. Every time you get a question wrong, Baldy's aggression will rise, which will result in Baldy chasing you. At the end of every notebook, there will be an impossible question. With almost every rise in aggression, he'll become more aware of what you do and become faster. For example, he'll hear every door you open as soon as you collect the 2nd notebook. Baldy has a crazy cast of characters that will get in your way. For example, the jump rope girl. She'll run around asking you if you want to play. If she finds you, she'll stop at almost nothing to catch you. Once she catches you, it's basically a death sentence, especially if you miss a jump. It's a very fun and fleshed out game, and it's very creative. I recommend this to anyone who's just looking for a challenge. It's a very hard game. Dang, this is fun to make. I almost didn't make this. I had 4 days to make this. I was just like last second. I was looking through the App Store and I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. Let me make a video on some of these. I just wanted to give you all something on my favorite time of the year, Halloween. Thank you all for 50 subs. I'm really proud of that. I'm just like to thank you all. It's really cool that I actually made it this far. I don't know, maybe that seems small, but you don't know. It's big to me. Yeah, tell me how you feel about this video in the comments. I'm Starro and have a happy Halloween.